All right. So in the last lecture, we talked about we didn't talk about it, but we considered what life looked like for Native American women before Europeans arrived. This lecture, we're trying to figure out what happens when Europeans arrive in the so-called New World. What does life look like for Native American women? And so we're going to start by looking at images of Native American women. And just like you saw in the first lecture, when Europeans draw people in the Americas, it's more a reflection of European biases than it is of the Native Americans themselves. But these drawings are still useful for us. Like, we can still learn things about Native American peoples, and then also understanding those biases that the Europeans have are going to be significant, particularly when we get to looking at English colonial culture. So that's the first thing you're going to look at, are a handful of images, and try to figure out, like, can we pull anything from these images about Native American women, or does it just tell us really about Europeans? And then I've got 3 examples of women that historians talk about the meeting between these two cultures as a middle ground. And so I've got 3 examples of women who navigate this middle ground. Pocahontas, she's probably the one that sounds most familiar to you. And then another woman by the name of Thor, and then finally Mary Musgrove. And what you're looking at when you're considering these women's stories is, do we still see them having agency? Can we see them finding, bits of power, even though these situations really don't, and this time period really doesn't afford women much power at all? But in spite of that, we want to see, well, hey, there's a little bit there. She's navigating her own path, and she's, in spite of everything, still finding something of herself and some ways of, like, having some agency. All right. Again, any questions? Leave those in the discussion board. Send me an email. Take care.